Hello everybody, my name is Rohini. I'm currently a fourth year student in our university. I enrolled in this university in 2017 after passing on from UCS College. So a lot of you might wonder who I am, I think especially the first years. So my story actually begins from second year onwards. So in second year I was appointed as the community secretary by the president at that time. So from 2018 up till now, I am working as the community secretary of our Sri Lankan Student Association. So first of all, I would actually take a moment to apologize to all of you because I didn't get a chance to introduce myself as well as for you to introduce yourself to me and for us to actually have an interaction and to have a social gathering together. Because of this current pandemic situation, one of the major rules and regulations that we had to follow is that from the three hostels that the students are not supposed to intermingle together. So because of that situation, unfortunately, I was not able to meet you and to introduce myself to you. So the main purpose of this small video is for you to get to know me better. So from this onwards, I will say that I am a presidential candidate in the upcoming election. So now you might wonder, why is there such an election and why is it necessary to vote? So for me to answer these questions to you, first of all, you have to understand the importance of having this Sri Lankan community. The main importance of this community, I believe, as a medical student, we are supposed to be well-rounded students, both academically, in terms of extracurricular activities, and in terms of personal building and building personality as well as ethics. So having a community actually gives you an opportunity to improve yourself in both academics as well as in extracurricular activities, as well as building your personality and ethics. So having a community actually builds a safe haven and a family of Sri Lankan students to help each other in the time of need, and most importantly, to enjoy your life in the 6 years of being a medical student in Belarus. So try to understand here, when you graduate, the only proof of becoming a medical student cannot only be the diploma that has been offered to you by the university. It has to be reflected from your experience, from your values, and what you have actually achieved, your friends, the extracurricular activities that you have indulged yourself in, and how well you have enjoyed your student life. So like I mentioned earlier, being the secretary of the student committee has given me an insight into our community's functions and our system. So in my personal opinion, I believe there is a lack of a system, there's a lack of a functional and structural system in our community. So with my experience of being the secretary from 2018 up till now, what I have observed is that we actually lack a system of functional decentralization of power that has a sequential method of power progression. So what I mean is this. Now you actually have the right to vote and elect your president, your vice president, secretary, vice secretary, treasurer, your cultural in charge, your sports in charge, and you should also have the right and the power to vote for your batch rep, your group leader. So now let's take it like this. For example, if one person, one student might actually have an inquiry or a question, it should first be referred to the group leader. And if the group leader cannot solve it by themselves, it should be referred to the batch rep. And if the batch rep cannot solve the problem on an instant, it should be referred to the vice president and then finally up to the president. So here what I mean is, now by creating a system such as this, we are creating a backup plan if by any chance the president or the vice president might be a bit busy, there are the activities carrying on, but your problem will actually be solved by the other chairs in power. It should not always be directly attributed to the president. In my opinion, there should be a constitution or a rule book which the members of the community has agreed upon as well as the leaders of the community has agreed upon. And I also believe that a president should be in the consecutive period of power for only 2 academic years. And I also believe that all the students in our association should be given a fair and an equal chance, irrespective of the agency they are coming from, irrespective of the religion and race, and irrespective of the gender. We should be facing the community as a united front, as united Sri Lankans. And here I would take a minute to say that I am not coming from any agency, that I have no representation in any agency, and most importantly, I do not gain any financial benefit from any agency. So I will give you a promise that If elected, I would be an unbiased president, and I would make sure that we all have equal and fair opportunities as Sri Lankan students. So from here on out, I will talk to you a little bit about our future plans. So when we talk about the category of academics, we already have implemented a system where our notes and tutorials are available to you on an online platform via a site called loonboy.com. I'm pretty sure majority of you must have heard of this site, and I really am glad that you are using it and taking good advantage out of it. So the owner of this site is actually a Maldivian student in our year, in our group. So a majority of the notes that are available to you on this site, especially for the second and third years, are actually ours. So it includes notes of myself and some of the other Sri Lankan students that are studying with me. So you must have seen the small abbreviation under your note called RAT or RAT. So it actually stands for Ruvini, Anu and Tharushi. So I would actually take this moment to appreciate and thank the distributors who are helping us distribute helping us distribute this content. So thank you very much. So secondly, we'll talk a little bit about extracurricular activities as well as our annual sports events. So a major thank you goes out to the current committee members for upholding and implementing our current annual sports activities as well as our annual extracurricular activities. For the future, we would like to implement clubs and societies for indoor as well as outdoor sporting activities as well as our cultural and extracurricular activities. I would also like to implement societies such as MUNs, debate societies for you to take part in under the authorization of the university. And for all of this, we would consider equal sponsorships and opportunities and we would like to maintain a common budget list. And I also believe that the treasurer should be transparent, and all the bills and the transactions that is done by the treasury should be able to be seen by community members as well as leaders of the community. So when we talk about other aspects of the community life, we have history of some students having financial crises, and unfortunately some of those students are not here with us anymore. So from here on out, we actually plan to implement a system where there would be an emergency fund for the aid of these students, like the committee has implemented so far, and we plan on carrying this out throughout our years. So recently we had an unfortunate event where one of our students in the university has passed away. And as a medical student, one of the most important things that we have to think about is our mental and our physical well-being. So for the future community, we would like to implement a team of students who are in charge of extreme medical situations. For example, these students would be elected by you, and these students should have the capability to handle such medical emergencies and situations. And these students would be in close connection with the vice president and president of the community, and they would have files or medical records which have hard and both soft copies of everybody's medical conditions. And I will guarantee you that these files should only be available to the head of the medical team as well as the president. And finally, as our future plans, we would like to implement a website for the for the Sri Lankan Student Association, where we would put news and details about extracurricular activities, about sporting events directly onto the site, so where you can log in there and you can look at all the details, as well as you can give us your comments, your suggestions via this website directly to us. So finally, I would like to thank our current president as well as our current committee members, because I believe that they have done a fantastic job in carrying our community forward. So now you know that there are two presidential candidates. Irrespective of who wins, it does not matter. They are here to support you. They are here to make sure that your will is carried forward, and they are here to make sure that our name as Sri Lankans, as a united front, is put through. So, but please do vote, because this opportunity has been given to you, this power has been given to you to choose a better representative that represents your ideologies and what we want. And I believe as a united front we should go forward, because after all, we are all Sri Lankans, we come from our country, and this community should be our family. And finally, I would like to thank all of you for coming here and listening to me, and also Good luck to all the future candidates, and also good luck to you, all doctors. Thank you.